Hello everybody and welcome to Wisconsin Wonder Garden. Stay tuned to check out our part 3 of our garden tour. Going into 2018, this is our second year of growth, so I wanted to take a little bit of time this week and show you each and every day different parts of our garden. So today we're going to look at the rest of the perennial flowers that we have right here in the backyard. Okay, so we're going to start here in our flower bed area. If you recognize this, I put up a video last fall of this whole thing in full bloom. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm so excited to see the growth that we get this year. Before I start, I want to let you guys know that we have a couple plants, one here, one back over on the other side of the garden that I need an ID on. So if you guys can get the ID for me, I'm going to send you guys some free succulents. So we're going to start with the lilies. We have some Asiatic lilies and tiger lilies here. They are doing great. Our dogs actually last year dug down about a foot into these, so I thought there was no way they were coming back up. But apparently, as you guys can see, they made it even with all that destruction from the dogs. They're doing fine. Oh, these as well, lilies there. Right next to the lilies, we have what's called Sedum sarmentosum. I have a video on that, and it's this ground cover plant. Let me just pull some of it up here. That has a beautiful little flower, so it kind of carpets and with yellow flowers at the, typically during the middle of the summer. Hopefully we'll get some of these to spread up here. And maybe June we'll see some of those flower. Sedum sarmentosum. And then right here we have some stone crop. What variety exactly, I'm not sure. But they are more condensed. Very small, as you can see by the size. But these also have a yellow flower, so they'll carpet this whole thing with yellow flowers. This we started off with just a little patch, maybe 6 inches or so, and it's grown to be about 2.5 feet, almost 3 feet wide, and 2 feet this way as well. And this here, I started off with maybe a 2 square inch clump of it last year, and now we have it spreading all the way over here, all the way up to here, and then all the way back around. So that is a vigorous growing plant right there. Right here we have some Russian sage and white sage. Let me just pull this off. You gotta smell this stuff every once in a while. Oh, it's my favorite. I love sages because they're easy to grow and they're a great plant to have for its many uses. Now inside the bed itself we have some big betonies, some golden globes, some phlox, a couple other perennial flowers as well, and then we have some zinnias that should reseed and fill up this area, as well as a poppy plant that's right here, and that's just starting to come up. So again, stay tuned because this turns into a beautiful flower garden right here. So onto this side, I will give you the first mystery plant. This one right here. If anybody could ID that, I'll send y'all some succulents, a couple of them that we've been propagating. So I'm just not sure what it is and I can't quite find it anywhere. So while we're over here, I'll tell you this is motherwort, a great medicinal herb. Given, as you can tell by its name, motherwort, it's great for female organs, so menstruation, menopause, all kinds of stuff. Motherwort is a great plant. It even helps with like anxiety, stress, things like that. So check out motherwort. I have a video on it. But look it up on YouTube and you'll find lots of good information. We also have a first year asparagus there. Make sure you guys, if you plant asparagus, don't harvest it for a couple years. After that, you're good to go. Okay, circling around to this side of the garden here, we have the classic Sedum Autumn Joy. Great plant to have, a great perennial, a great plant for the background of any garden because it's going to fill in those spaces very nicely. So speaking of Sedum sarmentosum, that's what we showed you back over here, that big patch of the yellow flowering ones. That is it right here, and it actually survived over winter in a container. So I just wanted to show you how hardy that is. We're in a zone, I think 5B, and so we were subject to temperatures of like -15, -20 degrees, and boom, still alive, just as well as these chives that made it over winter in there. So I just thought that was interesting, wanted to show you all. Here we have a small little patch of phlox, some phlox right here as well. Sedum Autumn Joy, Sedum Autumn Joy. Some more phlox. Here we have some more phlox as well. As you can tell, I love all the different varieties of phlox because they're great for pollinators. And speaking of pollinators, we have this, which is bee balm. Bee balm throws off some beautiful flowers, and they're very unique in characteristics and how they look too. A great hardy perennial for anyone who's looking for a low maintenance plant that's great for pollinators. So here's our second plant that needs identification. It throws off these beautiful, I believe they were purplish pink flowers, and I guess more towards the pink end. And this is what the foliage looks like, almost like goose feet. So if you guys can give me an ID on that, I will also send you some succulents. So first one to it gets it. So this plant is our second one. All right, good luck, and thank you so much for the help too. I just can't find this anywhere. Moving over, this is sedum. This is a type of stone crop. Great to have. Stone crop, all kinds of them are awesome because they flourish, they thrive, and they will fill up the ground. They're a great ground cover. I'll pick some of this here. So it's not variegated at all. It doesn't have many different colors. It's just this solid green, but nonetheless, a great plant to have. I started with a patch that was maybe like 4x4 last year, and so it's just about tripled in size here. So here is a grapevine. We're almost to the end here. I got a couple other plants on the north side that I want to show you, but I'll show you our grapevine. Last year was its first year of growth, here at least. When we bought it, it was about up to here. So that has shot up last year, doing really good. But this year, looking at it, as you can tell by the leaves, we had something get to it early this spring, just after these leaves sprouted out. But I went through the whole plant really thoroughly and didn't find anything. So if we have any luck, we won't have any issues from here on out, but we'll see. Grapevines, they'll usually do fine. What we'll just be doing is removing some of the more damaged leaves like this where they just have no chance. That way we remove the possibility of any bad diseases getting into the plant. Here are a couple of raspberry plants. Just want to show you the new growth that we got just this year so far. Again, it being June. So here we have, this is a new growth from this year that shot right up. And so is this one right there. So this is the original. This is all that was on it when I planted it last fall. And so we got a nice new growth. happy plant per usual here in the garden. Over here we have the last couple of plants. We have some irises, Sedum sarmentosum again. Peonies, which I absolutely love. They have great luscious flowers. It's again one of the top plants that I recommend for perennials is a peonies. And then here we have the humble yet beautiful clematis. It's throwing off a pink and white flower, so that's very happy. This will be its second year of growth. You can see it shot all the way up to here last year, and then somehow the vine got tore out. But either way, clematis is doing nice and strong. Lots of different shoots coming up there. So pretty soon it'll fill up this whole thing, and then we'll start building it across on the side. So that concludes everything in the back garden here. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching. And as always, have a great and wonderful gardening adventure. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video.